It's Isaac too, y'all. Jahmyr Gibbs, 16 yards on 3 carries. I'm gonna freak out, man. I'm gonna freak out. I mean, that's pretty good yards per carry, but like, what are the Lions doing, man? They got to get a drive going here. Ah, shit, you got to do it. Ah, fuck. Gonna go for a run and get away from the family for a bit. Don't take this the wrong way, okay? But like, enjoy it while it lasts, because once you're like not 25 or younger, you can't do that. Especially if you bring another child into the family, you're locked into the Thanksgiving festivities the whole time. You're locked in the whole time. So, you know what? I was gonna say, like, spend some time with your family, but maybe enjoy the ability to get a little oxygen while you can. I've gone to 4 Thanksgivings so far. No disrespect, you have like the most divorced dad of all time. How have you been to 4? No, wait, that could happen. That could happen. Parents got divorced. You go to 1 Thanksgiving at your dad's, 1 Thanksgiving at your mom's, 1 Thanksgiving at your partner's, who also have divorced parents. So 1 Thanksgiving at her mom's, 1 Thanksgiving at her dad's. Parents, in-laws, mine, and friends. I guess that makes more sense. Parents, in-laws, my... Well, can I say something? The craziest one in there to me is mine. Okay, everyone's on the same page. Everyone is like, what is mine doing there? Most of the world doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay, what's your point? No, like I want you to, because you typed it for a reason. You had a reason to type it, so why'd you type it? And you obviously know that we all know this, but why did you type it? I remember your username. I remember the first 3 letters, which is enough. Just give me there it is, okay. I brought it up. Account created 2015, following for 6 years. Previously subbed for 41 months, no longer subbed, which means fair game. Had no point, to be honest. Okay, real recognized real then. At least you acknowledged it. You acknowledged it. Blessed audit, by the way, because I audited you and then was given a good item, which means that spiritually I was validated for doing so. Huge. Sometimes just fun to type things. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm the type of guy who likes to type jokes instead of facts, I guess. Like, typing a joke is a selfless act. You want to bring joy to the world. Typing a fact is self-interested. Let me tell everybody how smart I am. They don't know that in Austria we don't have Thanksgiving. We have the Feast of St. Nicholas. Any other streamers here? I love when you craft bait so good, it makes the chatters who only post bait fall out of character. Like they're like a novelty account posting out of character. I saw you pink name who posts bait all the time, get baited by the shit that I just said. I'm your intellectual better. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it and it gave me great joy. What are you saying? There's people in my chat who they spend 5 hours a day. Not everybody. This is like 2-3 people. They post bait all day. And sometimes they succeed. But it feels amazing after no selling their bait for like a few weeks to then bait them and realize that that's basically like, that's like winning a soccer game like 5-0. Like it's the biggest blowout in soccer history. That's gotta sting. We need a better class of criminals, man. The Joker was right. I couldn't deal with that. So you get over it, but I do also think that's just how everybody talks now. not just the streamers, but it's honestly, I know you're gonna hate this because you think that all people older than maybe like 26 are like evil or whatever, but it's so nice to like talk to someone that's 40 and expect them to be baiting you all the time, but instead they're just like sharing experiences from their day. Because they don't got internet to that extent. I mean, they have the internet, but they don't have the internet to that extent. To not ever get hit with a, oh, so you think, like a sentence that starts like that, it's so crazy. I mean, you get bored with it after a while, because you're like, come on, bait me a little bit, but... Come on, let's fucking get into it. Let's argue. But like, it's refreshing for a while, for sure. What's this room? It's nothing. Okay. This is a joke. And that's not that good. You don't interact with younger people outside of the stream, though? I literally do. I have a 5-year-old child. I interact with younger people all day, man, after the stream. Unless when you meant younger people, you didn't mean mathematically. You meant people who are not 5, but are like 27. Too young? So younger people exclusively refers to people that are within 2 years of your age. Okay, I understand that. 5 doesn't count? It absolutely does count mathematically. We did this with the pants off versus pants down discussion. You told me, if you have your pants around your ankles in bed, your pants are down. I said no, because your pants can't be up in bed. If you're wearing your jeans in bed, you fucked up. You've already committed a fashion sin. Huge Jameer Gibbs run. That's huge. 5 doesn't count as people. I forgot how exhausting it is to be 27. You're like, only my experience is valid. It's crazy, man. I can't wait till you're older, and then you like expand the window at least a little bit. So you're like, people within like 12 to 15 years of my age are the only ones with valid experiences. That's the true number, man. 2 years is way too narrow. It's plus or minus like 12 to 15 years for sure. Being in your 30s kind of sick. It is pretty good. I mean, like, I think a lot of people fuck it up, but I think, like, there's a lot to like as well. Most annoying part of being in your 30s, parents getting older. Second most annoying part of being in your 30s, people in their 20s being like, soon I'll be 6 years younger than you and my life will be over. And you gotta be like, if you're ever like, no, it won't, they're like, even though this happened to you within the last decade, you wouldn't get it, man. And you gotta just be like, okay. Whatever you say. Soon I'll be 60? Not soon. Well, I don't know how old you are, but statistically, probably not soon. But sooner than you'd think, man. You start doing, like, you know the workplace math? It starts to work against you at a certain point. Now, if you don't know what workplace math is, it's when you get to work and you get really good at doing the 12 times tables. You work like an 8-hour shift. You're like, okay, every hour is like 12.5% of my workday. Oh shit, I haven't even taken a bathroom break and I've been at work for 2 hours. That's 25% of my workday done. In 25% more of my workday, I'm gonna be 50% done, and then I'll take lunch. Lunch takes up another 6.25%, and then pretty much the day's already over by that point. The downside of that is that, I can't believe I'm stuck with Guppy's hairball, man. You start to do that math when you get older about yourself, though. Like, I turned 37 tomorrow. That means I've been an adult for 19 years. 19 years after 37. Damn, I'm gonna be 56, man. And honestly, like, obviously it didn't go by in the blink of an eye, because it's been a while since 2006. But when you look back, it kind of feels like it's gone by in the blink of an eye. So you gotta, that's why I want to tell you every day that you're going to die. And you should start every day. What should I have for lunch today? Well, one day I'm going to die. That doesn't mean you should have chocolate cake for lunch, but it does mean that you should, in aggregate, acknowledge that one day you won't be here anymore, and use that as the guiding principle for long-term decision making in your life. Do you also tell that to your child? Don't compare yourself to my child. You literally have like a master's degree, you overeducated motherfucker. She's in senior kindergarten right now. That's insane. Lunchables kid said life is short in your ad. You ever have Lunchables for dinner in the Salt Lake City airport? I felt like I was in an Alexander Payne movie when we were in the Salt Lake City airport for a 3-second layover. I got Lunchables for my kid, and then for me, I got a snack protein box, which was essentially Lunchables for adults. Instead of bad Ritz crackers, ham, and horrible half American, half cheddar cheese, it was like salami, crostini, and prosciutto. I was like, I am 7 years old. I'm 7 years old still to this day. Honestly, it tasted all right. Bento boxes, kind of adult Lunchables. We should do a fantasy draft of the bento box. Best part of the bento box, and if you have to take it in aggregate, I take the teriyaki chicken. Second, I take the tempura. But if I could choose more specifically, I start. The older I get, I'm not virtue signaling, I swear. The older I get, the more I gravitate towards the tempura sweet potato, even over the shrimp. I like the tempura shrimp, but over time, I'm like, it's just starting to feel like a little too oily to me. And the sweet potato just feels right, man. You get the crispiness of the tempura, but also it's not like absolutely saturated in oil. But I'd probably take the shrimp soon after. For some reason, I'm still not at the level where I truly love the pumpkin yet. The sweet potato I can fuck with. The pumpkin I eat, with reticence. And then it's gotta, I don't know, man. After that, I'd probably go the fuck ass instant miso soup after that. And then maybe the strange Japanese salad, like straight out of the refrigerator, with the orange dressing on it. And then I'm sorry to do this. For me, the bottom of the bento box is the 4-piece California roll that came off of somebody else's plate that they didn't eat. And I'm a sushi liker, and I don't even mind the California roll that much, but the bento box California roll is uninspiring. Is he insanely loud for anybody else? Yeah, one of those avocados is going to be fucked up. No doubt about that. Let's see what librarian said. My only friend. Indonesia is so Japan poison, they have a whole restaurant chain that's just bento boxes. I think that's kind of all right though, man. That sounds okay. I'll be honest with Kate and I were talking about it. And I'm just gonna own this. I would love to not bring this up and just pretend to know everything. But Kate was asking me like what I know about Indonesia. and I was drawing such a huge blank that it was literally like embarrassing. So what did I say? I said, islands, lots of people, and I don't know if this is true. I think I said that the majority religion is Muslim. Those are the three things that I think I know about Indonesia. Correct. All correct so far. But to be honest with you, and this is not like, I'm not proud of my ignorance. I'm embarrassed by my ignorance. I feel like for a country with so many people, I should know more about it. Help. You know the capital? Yeah, Jakarta. But that doesn't, like, listen. We're all neurotypical here. Don't exchange having, like, a fact locked into your brain for having, like, an intimate knowledge of what's actually happening over there. Like, how people are living their lives and stuff. Unfortunately for that, you actually have to, like, make eye contact and ask people questions. Don't get the hate for avocado toast. Put an egg on top and it's fantastic. Time-traveling AI chatter from 2013 in the chat? What the hell's going on, man? What are we doing here? I love being told that the bit is good because they gave me something good in the game afterwards. Bro was probably like, I bet he won't know it's a bot. Fucked up Sam Altman-Fried making me self-conscious about the amount of M-dashes I've been using. I've been typing M-dashes since fucking the year 2000 on this John. Pissing me off. Why do you keep calling him that? Can't be fucked. Chill. Yeah, I would do this. I would trade 3 bombs for 4 keys. I write emails / Teams messages with them. Wait, okay, so when you say them, are you using them to refer to M-dashes, or are you using they, them, chat GPT? Don't go down this road. I'm just curious. It could be they, them, chat GPT. It could be they, them, Sam Altman. I don't know. I put him on a pedestal. Bro, that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where they're smashing the fluorescent lights in the back alley of their workplace. Oh, shit. And then he smashes it on the guy's leg, and his pants are covered in white dust, and he goes, "What the fuck?" You guys wouldn't get it, man. They fucked you. They fucked you. The world used to be, like, that movie is fictional, but that shit fucking happened. You don't fucking get it. They did? They did, man. That was some shit fellas used to do back in the day. Oh, what was I talking about? You ever smash fluorescent bulbs? No, but you ever smash a spark plug with a big rock? What floor is this? Depths 1. I really want to reroll a deal with the devil. You ever drink a bottle of Everclear and then put a lit match inside of it? And then go, whoa! Yerp. I knew it wasn't just me, man. I knew there were some real motherfuckers in this chat. How late into the night before you say fuck it and just stay up all night? I'm gonna be honest with you, that, like, it's gotta be really bad. That hasn't happened to me probably like in a long time. I think scientifically, it's probably better to get like 1 minute of sleep than to get no sleep, but I think that's also unrealistic. I think that there's a line you can cross. Let's call it the fuck-ass threshold. And the line is not based on time. It's a formula that is a composite of how much remaining time you have to sleep and how pissed off you are. Because the more pissed off you are that you haven't fallen asleep, the harder it's going to be to get to sleep. Ergo, the earlier you can pull the ripcord and be like, okay, I'm just going to be productive instead. If you have 2 hours of sleep remaining and you're not pissed off, try to go to sleep. If you have 2 hours of sleep to go, but you've been in bed for 6 hours trying to fall asleep to no avail, at that point you might hit the fuck-ass threshold of over 1, at which point you can make the decision to be like, okay, well, tomorrow's gonna be fucked anyway, I might as well enjoy myself a little bit before the alarm goes off. That's my thoughts on the subject. But I do also think, well, no, I'm gonna make people mad. I should just learn to shut my mouth. I was gonna say, if this ever happens to you, like more than, like this can happen to you in a situation where like you had to take a family member to the emergency room or something like that. But if this happens to you like on the regular with no inciting incident, you need to like explore your own behavior, because that seems like a failure to plan. It shouldn't be happening very often, I think. You're the guy I baited. And you're still typing. Oh, shit. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, man. Just a Thursday for a fella like me, though. New Carson Beck has fallen. Worst part is Carson Beck ain't even that good, man. I mean, he's better at throwing the pigskin than I am, but, like, Miami ain't that special this year, man. Sadly, it's another 10 national championships for Ohio State. Thanksgiving in November feels better. You know what? As much as I'd love to say fuck that because of the tariffs, you might be right. Obviously, like, part of this is just the environment that I'm in, you know, like the culture that I'm simmered in. But holidays in November seem like they would mean more, because around this time, you start to be like, maybe I should just fucking do nothing for the rest of the year. It can't just be me, but please, if you're like in your 20s, don't comment. Anybody who's 30 or older, we start getting around my birthday, it's like my brain starts to secrete a hormone that is like, let's fuck off for like 6 weeks. Let's do nothing. So I imagine having like an easy way to do that via Thanksgiving makes a lot of sense. Now, October, you're still starting to maybe like begin the process of gearing down, but you know, you gotta go right back to it. Plus our Thanksgiving is like a 3-day weekend instead of a 4-day fuck fest or whatever. Yeah, but definitely you gotta start wrapping shit up. 2025 basically over. Yeah, we go again. Probably. This clip will be funny if I die. See you guys. Streamer's last words are very ironic. See you guys in 2026. Bro didn't know he was gonna die on New Year's Eve. Dumbass. Never liked him anyway. Always got bad vibes. Always got some bad vibes from him. Always acting like he's better than everybody else. Bro, do you know how much better it would be for me if I wasn't smug? If I could turn this shit off, I fucking would, bro! That's how you know I'm being authentic! I know when I'm saying the shit that it's gonna rub you the wrong way. I just don't know how to stop. Get him. He was always kind of weird. I am like, listen, it's a Twitch real world dichotomy. I'm perhaps moderately idiosyncratic, but not insanely idiosyncratic on a normie level, which makes me on this website the most normal man that has ever existed, to an extent at least, with amongst my peers. Unfortunately true. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for +2ing my statement. Neurotypicals sound off? Bro, they are not here. They are not here. They are getting radicalized by AI shit on YouTube Shorts right now. They are asking, have you seen this, for something that did not fucking happen? We are better than them. We will save the world. It's up to us. We're God's chosen people. Sorry, I'm becoming a cult leader. We're God's chosen people. Me, most of all. We can! Yeah, we can! Most people just trying to live their lives. I do believe that, but I do also believe that 1 in 8 people would hit you with their car if they thought they would get to work 5 minutes faster. Well, not to work, but to the store. But the other 7 are mostly chill. In aggregate, at least. broadly speaking. What are you cooking for Thanksgiving? I think we're having Korean barbecue tonight. I'm doing math. I'll live with that. Yesterday was my niece's birthday, so we all went out to Haidee Lao. And then we have Korean barbecue meat in the fridge. And tomorrow's my birthday, so we're going out for some Mexican food. So we gotta eat the Korean barbecue tonight. Otherwise, on Saturday, it might be totally fucked up, right? Like, it might start to turn gray or whatever. Help? Not the tip. I mean the beef. You already know the tip starts gray. Old. And I think we're gonna try for that 30-minute Alanis PB tomorrow, man. Why not? The only thing is, I want to freeboot my own Steely Dan playlist into the Alanis ride. Morissette, that's the one. That is to whom the Alanis I am referring to. Joni Mitchell versus Alanis Morissette. Well, listen. No offense to Alanis. It's kind of Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby. But I blame you for organizing the fight card. That's not fair. Joni and Alanis are not in the same weight class. They shouldn't be in the ring together. They can be training partners, but they shouldn't be like in a prize fight together. Alanis, you gotta put her up with the Sarah McLachlans, the Melissa Etheridges and stuff like that, you know? How many Alanises did you know in high school? I was slightly too young, but definitely I had friends who had older siblings who were a little Alanis coded. In Ontario in like 1997, There were a lot of Alanis phenotypes milling about for sure. Pick me up. How about Shania? I'm sure there's a lot of Shanias out there. I don't know what else to say, really. Again, when Shania Twain was at the height of her popularity, I was in like the 5th grade. So people were still wearing like shirts to school that had like a bunch of mice on them, and then it said like Mice Girls. So no one was really copying her look or anything like that. In my social circle, at least. No one was showing up in like a leopard print dress to the 5th grade, but that sounds sick as fuck. I mean, it's pretty cool. You got the Mice Girls, the Cat Street Boys. I don't know what the NSYNC one was. You're actually spitting. There's a lot of Avril Lavigne's running around in high school, for sure. There were a ton. It's NSYNC and it's a bunch of skunks. Listen, that's really good. That's really good. I don't even know what to say about that. You sidelined the whole bit and you deserved to. Did you have that CSS teacher that dated Shania? Yo, there's a CSS teacher at BCIT that dated Shania? Was it Jason? Jason was always full of stories. Hang on, I'm committing your username to memory. And I believe Jason taught Intro to Web Dev, which had like JavaScript and CSS. What's crazy too is that you're like, why are you calling him Jason? Because I was in night class, bro. We were all adults. I didn't want to harsh the vibe by being like I'm fucking like 31. Mr. blah blah. Like we're peers, bro. That's oomph. So is it fucking Jason or what, man? Chill. No, Jason was the hustler. He was always I think one time in class, he was like, I have a student who's 17 and he has like 90 businesses. And I felt like everybody in the class was like, whoa. And I was like, no, that sucks, man. There's no way he could be given those all the amount of time that they need to run efficiently. Doesn't make any sense. I also remember my intro to Java teacher telling me that after you finish this class, you could start applying for jobs. And I was like, that's crazy. And after I finished the class, we were writing code in fucking BlueJ, bro. No, you cannot apply for a software development job after one class where you programmed in BlueJ. There's no way, that makes no sense. When I knew nothing, I was like, wow, that's awesome. You can if you lie, I suppose. You mean IntelliJ? No, man. I mean BlueJ, like the visual programmer for Java. We moved off of that real quick. Now you're gonna say to NetBeans, right? And then I gotta hit you with the, I was in Eclipse, Andy. I'm sorry to say. Nope. Eclipse is fine. You're breathtaking. Yeah. A poor programmer blames the IDE. What we really should be doing is blaming the fucking language, bro. Yes, sir. You're Valor stealing? Bro, I wrote the code. I did all right. I never actually made any. I made a Roman numeral converter. I made that Jeopardy trainer that pulls from the Jeopardy API someone else made to build randomized scoreboards so you could train your Corvat score. Corvat? I can't remember. Not Kovacs. That's an aim trainer, which means I don't fuck with it. Coriad is right. It's good. I would use that. Well, someone should make a branch, man, because like the Jeopardy API, the problem is sometimes it would pull from a picture category and it didn't return pictures. So instead you would just get like a column full of blank clues, which really fucked up your stats. But I was like, you know, that's the guy who made the API's problem. I don't want that yet. When was the last time you programmed? I'll give it to you straight. I was like, I really enjoyed all of my coding classes. Oh, fuck you, asshole. And then I made the mistake of taking, like at the school that I went to, you start with Java. You take 2 Java classes and then you can pretty much take whatever you want. So I took my 2 Java classes, then I took C#, and I was like, holy shit, this could actually be so much better than Java. Then I took like, you know, some web dev courses, Angular, Node. I had to take a project management course, which kind of sucked. But anyway, so I was doing that, and then I said, you know what? If you want to get to like the next track, if I want to get more serious about this, I actually have to take there was like another class that was like intermediate software development in Java. And I said, all right, it's been 2 years since I programmed in Java. I'll tank this, and then I can get into some really, really like interesting stuff. And then in that Java class, it sucked so much ass that I said, I'm going to take 1 semester off before I do any more programming, and then I've never done any more since. I still have a lot of respect for programming. I think learning how to program was very good for my brain. Now, when I do any kind of like problem solving in real life, I just remember, oh, like this is not one big question. It's like 1,000 small questions. I'll just answer them one at a time. But the structure of that Java class pissed me the fuck off. And I don't even think it was the teacher's fault. I think Java just makes you want to die, and like this must have been like 2017 or something like that. And so it's been 8 years since then, but anyway. Dude, we go again. I love